You're listening to LaGrungeMusic.com.
Recording in progress.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Stone, and we're here in LaGrunge Music Studio once again. And today, we are going to talk about two books that I think you might find interesting out there. If you're in the pursuit of music like I am and looking for some education and or knowledge in certain areas, you might find these books super helpful, especially if you're walking down the avenue of sync licensing. First of all, I got this right here. Get Repped in Sync by John Kleinbell and Sonnet Simmons. They head the 2Indie music group, which is a great community if you're looking to dive in to the world of sync. They host weekly calls, but also put out monthly briefs that they're given via sync agencies, 6 every month to be exact. And this book holds pretty much all the information one would need if you're an investigative person. And I can give you a couple of quick synopsises. When you're doing cold emails, don't do them coldly. If you're attempting to contact a music supervisor directly, you should be pretty invested in their career and know quite a bit about them before you go to approach them directly. Otherwise, taking the route of joining a community like this, and that's 2indie.com. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can find them. But this book is offered everywhere. Amazon, I think, is where I picked it up. But great book. And also 2indie.com. That stuff will be in there. But yeah, it's all about the right ethics, the right mindset, and what you need in order to not only approach sync agents, which is kind of the way to go, especially if you're just starting out. And if you're not just starting out and you want to try to contact music supervisors directly, you should really be on the top of your game because, if you're not and you're sending them what they don't want and you're wasting their time, they'll most likely blacklist you and you'll never be contacted back again. And I don't know that any music human wants that. I get it. Everybody's super excited when you first learn about sync, so you want to do it all. You want to show everybody your music and everything. Take a step back and think about it. This part of the music business is a service-orientated business. And so if you have nothing to offer, you probably should wait to approach until you know you have something to offer. And then, if you have something to offer, you're helping, you're providing a need, you're providing a service. And in that case, there's a little leverage there. And that's essentially what you need. If you don't have any, then you could just get yourself blacklisted across the board. And just a helpful, I'm not even going to say it's a tip or trick because it's not. It's just helpful information. Don't buy a list. Anybody that sells you some list that has every music supervisor's name on it, 1, it's not every music supervisor. 2, if they have that list, it's probably not been given to them because every music supervisor that on it said, hey, send me unsolicited material. More than likely, it's just something that they investigated more than you've done, and so they have all of these names and numbers. And in the day of AI, everybody can get names and numbers, but if you're contacting somebody who doesn't want to be contacted, nobody likes to be spammed. Let's not spam anybody, ever. Okay? Just, courtesy. Common courtesy. So, again, Get Repped in Sync. Great information. Probably all the information that you need in order to get yourself started. And if you're already kind of started and got yourself a few placements and you want to get some more direct placements and more places that you can send some music to, the 2Indie Music community is a good community to give a shot, I think. Next is Living a Music-Centered Life. This was written by a music supervisor, Elaine Ryan, and this book holds a lot of fantastic information as well as confirmation and validation. If you're anything like me, you're probably not going to be a superstar like Sabrina Carpenter. Nobody will, I'll never be there. One, I'm obviously not as good looking. And two, well, there's a whole list of reasons why I could never be Sabrina Carpenter. Anyway, I digress. This is a great book. And the book is all full of how to continue in this business, be relevant, and make it a part of your life and a part of your lifestyle. If you're a working human like me within the confines of music adjacent activities, you'll find this very informative, I feel. And also, again, very confirming and validating as far as some of the mindsets one needs and also the avenues that one has to make some money in this fantastic music business. And lastly, I'd like to end with, everybody's talking about AI. And AI is all the rage right now. And people who have never made music before are now making music that might even sound like hits that you hear on the radio. I'll tell you what that will never produce. That will never produce the kind of connection that is made by human beings who are being vulnerable and letting people in to their experience to connect. The computer can't do that. So while you're freaking out, if you're freaking out about AI, I have one idea for you. Just let it all out. Give the best part of yourself that you can give. And that's the best thing you can do, because people want the human element. People, even the people who think they love AI music are probably at some point going to come back to music that was created by real humans, because they're not going to get that connection anywhere else, in my humble opinion. This has kind of been a long-winded under the hood, if you will, but those were a couple of things I thought were worth mentioning. Also, I'd like to mention the mastering.com community. Mastering.com, if you're looking to upgrade your production chops, you're doing your own mixing, mastering, and producing, then I can't recommend a better place to do so than mastering.com, especially if you're getting frustrated and not finding the answer for yourself to get to the point where you're making music that is competitive with, industry standards. I highly, highly, highly can't recommend more mastering.com. I think that is it for this one. And those are the best tips that I got from last year to this year. So hopefully some of you folks will find this information helpful. That's what I'm here for. Questions, thoughts, and comments are always welcome in the comments below. And whatever I can do to help, I definitely am here to help a few more of you across the finish line if I can. Was a teacher previously, and, there's still a part of me that kind of, can do that, especially from the comfort of my home. So just let me know. Catch you later. LaGrunge Music, more from LaGrunge Music signing off. No.
Drive.
Thank you for listening to LaGrungeMusic.com. You can download anything you'd like from our website.